What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily. Let's get into the tech news. Now, we're going to talk first about what we talked about yesterday. There was a tweet that was released by Evan Blast, who's a leaker on Twitter, and that tweet yesterday said, just heard a good rumor, and since it's from a solid source, figured I'd share. Samsung is said to be debating future Galaxy branding, including eliminating the distinction between the S and Note lines could manifest in different ways, possibly with a Galaxy 1 in lieu of a Galaxy S11. Now, he went into further detail about these tweets in the middle of the night last night, so hours after he tweeted that, basically at midnight last night, saying the following. Expanding on this a bit, apparently what's under discussion is more than just a branding realignment. Since S and Note features overlap so closely, one possibility is to simply fuse them into a single first half handset, essentially an S series with an S Pen. I know for a fact that's gonna piss off a lot of you, but it shouldn't. And we'll talk about this after these next couple tweets. Assuming the Fold performs according to expectations, both functionality and in the market, the hope is to deploy its successors as a second half flagship in the spot that would be vacated by the Note. This was described as still being very fluid and tentative at this stage. Now let's talk about that just for a little bit. So it looks like, at least if these rumors that he's hearing actually come out to be, is that the S11 and the Note 11 would only be one phone. They would eliminate the Note phone, which before there's been rumors that they were going to eliminate it and possibly just have an S line of phones. And it looks like this might come be true, but the issue is it's not going to be that big a deal because you're basically still going to get a Note phone, but it's going to be the S phone with an S Pen. So you're still going to be able to have all those Note features, but it'll just be one release per year. And as you've seen over the last couple of years, the S line and the Note lines have been very similar in almost functionality and at least spec-wise as well. I mean, you do have the S Pen, so there's some things you couldn't do on the S line. But if you added that extra S line, S Pen functionality into the S line of phones, it's basically a Note phone at that point. And it looks like, again, if all things go through, that will be what happens in 2020. And again, I don't think it's that big a deal or a bad a deal. I think what will end up happening is that the S11 phone, if it has an S Pen, won't be completely amazing versus what you can get right now with the Note 10 because of the fact it's so close in proximity to the release. Because the S line of phones should be out in March or April of 2020, which is only what, 5-6 months from now. He did put out another tweet, and the tweet said, speaking of Galaxy, video live focus is said to be coming to the S10 family after a few months of the Note 10 exclusivity. If you don't know what that is, that's when you record a video and the video in the background is like completely blurred. It looks really fake. I don't even think it looks good, really. I mean, maybe you do, but I think it looks awful. And then it puts the person in focus. It's a cool feature to think about, but it looks awful. I don't even do it. And you can do it if you want, but I guess it's cool that it's coming to the S10 line of phones. And yeah, these are pretty big things that could potentially happen in 2020. The elimination of the Note line of phones being replaced by the Galaxy Fold. So you'd get the Galaxy Fold towards the end of the year, and in the beginning of the year, you'd have the S11 phone with an S Pen built inside of it. And I would assume if they end up doing that, is that they would have, some S11 phones that don't have an S Pen, and then they'd have another, a premium one that actually does have it. I can see them doing that, but being released at the same time as the rest of those S11 phones. That is your question of the day as well. What do you guys think of this? Does it piss you off? Are you fine with it? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys down the road. Peace!